Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I am great. It's Valentine's Day.
Will you be my Valentine?
Of course.
All right, good. We're going to be speaking with a dude here in a bit that's a funny man consistently. Every time we talk to him, he makes me laugh. Charles Leroy Nelson.
He's amazing.
That's her dad.
The man's a stud.
Charlie Nelson. That's who we're going to be chatting with. It's Tuesdays with Charlie. I got a couple of fun things. There's a story from England. I'm going to ask Charlie if he happened to be there because the story kind of sounds like him.
Okay.
I know it wasn't him, but hey, the latest report says that the militant group out of Nigeria, Boko Haram, have you ever heard of that? Boko Haram?
Oh, yeah.
They're running out of money to pay their fighters.
I heard this.
So they're like, we got no money, but please keep fighting anyway. What happens when a terrorist group, a militant group...
Why are they paying them? I mean, isn't this like a religious movement? So why are they getting paid to...
I don't understand it. I'm not even going to pretend to understand it. Hey, do you think coupon clipping is beneath you?
No, not at all.
Do you like to clip coupons?
I don't spend a lot of time clipping coupons, but when I see a coupon that's a good one, I clip it.
After hearing this, you might spend a little more time. You're throwing away real money. Coupon experts, that is a thing, believe it or not, say that if you spend 20 minutes a week clipping coupons, which sounds kind of excessive.
From where, though? I never really see
I don't know. 20 minutes a week, you'll save $1,500 to $2,000 a year.
Which is super.
Yeah.
But where do you find coupons anymore? Every once in a while, there's one on the front of a flyer that we get or something.
I don't know, but the coupon experts could tell you. Coming up in a bit, we're going to tell you all the cool things happening today that's on the way. Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Tuesday, February the 14th, which, of course, is Valentine's Day. But it's also Extraterrestrial Culture Day, Extraterrestrial Visitor Day. So it's like E.T. Day today. It's Ferris Wheel Day. It's International...
I love Ferris wheels.
I do, too. What's your favorite Ferris wheel you've ever been on? Would you say like the one in Vegas that we went on together, that really, really big one, or would there be a different one?
I like the double-decker ones, the ones that do like a figure eight.
We've never done that before, the two of us together, have we?
Love those.
We'll have to do that sometime. It's also International Book Giving Day. It's Frederick Douglass Day. It is Pet Theft Awareness Day. Have you ever had anybody steal a pet?
I've not.
When I was a kid, we had that happen. It was really not good. Library Lovers Day, National Have a Heart Day, National Donor Day, Congenital Heart Defect Awareness Day, National League of Women Voters Day, National Women's Heart Day, Race Relations Day. That makes a lot more sense. Safer Internet Day. See, I kind of got those two hooked together. It is Appreciation Day. It's National Donor Day.
This is a busy day.
I know. Quirky Alone Day, Valentine's Day, and then, of course, believe it or not, it's also Singles Awareness Day. And if you're single on Valentine's Day, you know what we're talking about. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show. Hey, it's John from the John and Heidi Show. Join me and my wife Heidi at 80s in the Sand, a week-long 80s event this November 11th through the 18th in beautiful Punta Cana. That's in the Dominican Republic. You'll get to meet and listen to 80s bands like Loverboy, Starship, Howard Jones, and many more. Plus, meet 80s icons from the movies like Anthony Michael Hall, Andrew McCarthy, and several others. Get all of the details at 80sinthesand.com. Use promo code RADIO to get a $200 immediate refund per person. That's 80sinthesand.com, promo code RADIO. You know it's true because you heard it on the radio. In the future, you might not take a shower. You also might not take a bath. You could clean yourself the same way you wash your clothing. A Japanese cosmetic company is now offering human washing machines at their Avant salons in Tokyo and other cities. It's a tube-like device, looks a little like a CAT scan or some other high-tech piece of medical equipment. The machine will shampoo and dry your body and even provide a little massage along the way. The customer's head is left outside of the machine, so it won't wash your hair. What are they shampooing then?
Well, there's other hair.
Okay.
Why would you not want to wash your hair?
I don't know. The machine will shampoo and dry your body, even provide a little massage. Customer's head is left out of the machine, so it won't wash that hair. The service is $40 for a half hour. But don't look at getting one of these machines in your home anytime soon. $161,000.
A half an hour? Who spends a half an hour in a shower?
I don't know, Heidi.
And imagine the waste, the water waste. That is ridiculous.
I think maybe it recycles the same water. I don't know. I don't know what it does. All I know is it sounds very interesting. I can't imagine that I would ever really be into that. How awkward
would you feel if this is like in the middle of some salon and you just got to stand there? I wonder if it's see-through.
Can you pull that curtain? Why did you guys have to put this in the middle of the mall?
And you got to stand there with your head sticking out. People are walking by knowing that you're naked in there.
Just taking a shower.
That is just weird.
It is. I don't understand why, but the Avant salons in Tokyo, they think it's pretty cool.
They think a lot of things are cool that are not.
They spent $161,000 per machine on these things, so there you go. I don't think that I'll be a big customer anytime soon. That's just not fun. But you know it's true because you heard it on the radio.
John and Heidi.
The John and Heidi Show is brought to you in part by the Keystone Treatment Center.
This is your brain, and this is your brain on drugs. We share silly stories here on the program, but addiction is no joke. If you or someone you know suffers with an addiction to drugs or alcohol, make today the day you seek help.
Call toll-free 844-204-1055.
That's a toll-free number. Again,
844-204-1055.
And this is your brain on drugs. Kermit Allen Gibbs was caught taking a nap after somebody tapped on his window. And this was a little after midnight. Cass County, Missouri is where this happened. He ran off the road. It was a one-car accident. Deputies found his car off Highway 71. 100 pounds of marijuana inside. The driver was fast asleep when the accident took place, but woke up soon after. Deputies found drug paraphernalia in the front seat of the car, a brick of marijuana in the back seat. After the car was impounded, they discovered 100 pounds of pot and worth about $75,000. They said, sometimes in law enforcement, you make progress because you're good, and sometimes you make progress because you're just lucky. Mm-hmm. So this dude fell asleep when he was driving, stoned out of his mind, and then had a little bit of an accident. So, yeah, that's not a good idea. But kids, that's what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh. When wanting to defrost something, it's best to use the right equipment, not to use a candle. A teenager in Austria learned this the hard way when it came to a frozen donut. 19-year-old was attending a ball in Vienna when he wandered into a kitchen and came across a donut in the freezer. He took the donut to another room to defrost it with a candle, but he lit the flame set fire to a sofa. The blaze quickly spread to wood paneling. Police managed to evacuate all 600 partygoers, but the 19-year-old fire starter was hurt as he tried unsuccessfully to extinguish the blaze before it would spread further. Most of the damage, by the way, to the ballroom was from the thick smoke that filled every room. It's going to cost thousands of dollars to fix the smoke damage, all because this dude was trying to heat up a donut on an open candle. So, yeah, that's probably not the best way
Interesting.
to do that. So, there you go. That happened in Austria. It's good to know there's idiots all around the world. Speaking of idiots, we've got some really fun people to talk about here in just a bit for our Scoop of the Day. That is on the way.
The Scoop of the Day is brought to you by Wells Blue Bunny. If you want delicious ice cream, be sure to look for the Blue Bunny. Sure to have your favorite flavors. Learn more at bluebunny.com.
Now your Scoop of the Day. Get some interesting stuff in here. First of all, animal researchers say elephants may be self-aware like humans. They recognize themselves in a mirror. So they're discovering that. So I'm not sure
and they think they're fat.
They're like,
and they're depressed, and that's why they move so slow.
More peanuts, I suppose. A German university hospital is doing a study to see if high-fat diets prevent cancer.
High-fat diets?
Apparently.
I don't
Here's the thing,
think
Germany.
so.
Just take a look at America. High-fat diets everywhere, cancer everywhere. So move on to the next study.
Well, here's the thing. You won't live long enough to get the cancer because you die of heart disease.
Could be.
So that's kind of a flawed study. There's no way to know. Will it prevent cancer? I don't know. They all died.
Something that we missed last week, the Super Bowl has been over for more than a week now, but residents of Wyoming and Minnesota were strongly encouraged to not drink and drive on ads that played in their local Super Bowl. Otherwise, they'd be forced to watch Justin Bieber's T-Mobile ad while the police department sent social media messages that afternoon warning people, if you drink and drive, we're going to subject you to Justin Bieber. So that's what they were doing.
Poor
I think that's
Justin.
The funny thing is, he was such a talented young man, and nowadays everybody just kind of, they're busting the beebs. Leave the guy alone. He was a very, it still is, I'm sure, a very talented young man. So everybody wants to pick on the poor guy. The Westminster Dog Show is going to have an interesting thing this year. For the first time in their long history, there are going to be cats at the dog show. Can't they just have the Westminster Cat Show?
My gosh. Yeah, there's going to be all kinds of chaos. Those dogs are going to beat the heck out of those cats.
Think, hey, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, this is a great idea.
Ratings will be through the roof this year. What you doing this weekend?
I would probably watch it, actually.
I got to stay home. I'm watching the Westminster Dog Show. Why? Because there's going to be cats. It's going to be awesome. Ever wonder how many monks it would take? Let me try this again. Ever wonder how monks make it through the vows of poverty and celibacy and silence? Well, it could possibly be with a little help of meth, believe it or not. A Buddhist monk in Burma was recently arrested after they found 400,000 meth pills in his car and another 4.2 million pills during a search of his monastery. So that's
how did he get them?
I don't know. I have no clue.
Don't they take a vow of poverty so they wouldn't have any money to buy it?
Must have been making it. I have no idea. All I know is there's probably going to be like a new series now, Breaking Bad monks. I don't know. Pittsburgh police have charged a man with drunken driving and fighting with officers. He allegedly was found in a semi-conscious state behind the wheel of a car while wearing pink lingerie. Oh, we talked about him the other day, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was last week. So, yeah. Most people, well, we talked about her too. That's the lady that, I don't know what the deal is here. I was just telling Heidi, my computer, for whatever reason, is acting kind of funky on me here. It would not open the file that I had saved for today. So I've got, this is all my extra stuff. So maybe I shouldn't have admitted
extra stuff that we've already gone through.
No, it's stuff that I copied and pasted it last week. So I clearly didn't go through this well enough. But today is Valentine's Day. We celebrate that here. Not a big holiday in Iran. They've banned the production of Valentine's Day gifts and any promotions of the day celebrating romance and love. And they're going to combat it with what they say that it's just the spread of Western culture. They don't want that there. The celebrations.
Bunch of party animals.
I know. They said that they don't want that. Printers, the Printing Works Owners Union issued an instruction on the ban imposed by Iranian authorities covering gifts like boxes and gift cards and any symbol with a heart or red roses. All of that is banned right now in Iran. So that's why they're so angry. That's why there's such problems over there.
There's lots of reasons they're so angry.
Let's just give everybody
a hug. Have you really studied their culture, learned about their culture? There are lots of reasons to be angry.
Just hug each other, love each other. Have spread a little cheer and a little love. Put a little love in your heart. I'm just saying, we'd have a much better day. Speaking of a little love, we're going to love the guy that we're going to chat with here in a moment. We've got Tuesdays with Charlie on the way.
John and Heidi.
Radio advertising works. When it's done right, it works even better. There are many things you can do to get a better response, and shouting sale really isn't the best thing, believe it or not. Did you know that when you put words to music, they're 9 times more memorable? If you're trying to get people to remember your company, consider a jingle. We work with one of the very best jingle companies in the business, and we'd love to use music to help you grow your company. Learn more and hear examples at RadioReallyWorks.com. That's RadioReallyWorks.com. And it's time right now for a fun little program, something we do every Tuesday just because we can. We pick up the phone and we call my father-in-law for a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
How you doing, Charlie?
Just amazing.
Just amazing is good.
Yes, that is good.
That is very good. So, hey, before we get started here, I got to ask you, have you been to England lately?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, this story I thought maybe you were over. It says, in England, a taxi driver told an officer he was speeding because his passenger kept breaking wind and smelling up the car. I was like, wait a minute, has Charlie been in England?
I could do that.
That was somebody else? All right, I'm sorry. I just had to ask. So what kind of cool stuff we can learn today?
Okay, well, this first thing is, even Fluff, it was true for you at one time for a little bit.
Okay.
The typical American lives no more than 18 miles from their mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You did for a long time.
We did for a long time, yeah.
That's
And then
good.
John came along and moved me away. So
Well, I can't say what he is. Almost did, but I caught myself.
Whew. Good.
Well, you don't have to beat that, do you?
No, I don't have to bleep you today.
you're gonna be living in my basement soon, so that'll be true again here
There you
before
go.
too long.
Yeah.
We're not done yet.
Okay.
And then when you die, there are companies that will turn your ashes into fireworks so you can literally go out with a bang.
I think that is awesome.
That is really
I
cool.
like that a lot. I would do that.
It saves ground and everything.
Yeah, I would do that. I think that's really cool.
Blow you up with a bunch of fireworks.
I think that would be so much fun. Have one heck of a party and just blow me up, baby. Like Gonzo. I would like to go out like that.
Hunter S. Thompson did that. Johnny Depp is the one that paid to have it done, but that's when Hunter S. Thompson died, that's how he went out, was with
Who
a
is
bang.
that?
He's Johnny Depp's like hero, basically.
Oh, okay.
The movie Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas was about him.
Okay.
Well, you would know because you watch movies.
What was that, Charlie? Because your phone is sounding funny.
Well, I think it's your phone.
Oh, okay.
Hey. Got to blame it on somebody.
You sound good now. Whatever you're doing now is good.
Okay. Hey, when the Sears catalog began to be printed on glossy paper instead of regular paper, the company received so many complaints because it was harder to use as toilet paper.
Oh my gosh. That is ridiculous.
Oh, that's awesome, though. Go back to the other stuff. I like that better.
Oh.
They did use it back then in the days.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, then did you know that astronauts have a patch of Velcro inside their helmets in case they need to scratch their nose?
No kidding.
No.
That's cool.
Wonder how they do it, though.
Oh, they probably turn their head and scratch their nose on the Velcro.
Huh.
Jump up and down, let the Velcro run around inside their helmet. I don't know.
It's probably attached.
Hey, then I got one last thing here for you.
All right,
Okay.
what's that?
Well, I think this don't apply to you. If you are under the age of 38, which you're not, right?
No.
Right.
Statistics show that the funniest joke you will ever hear in your life, you haven't heard it yet.
Really?
Huh.
So,
So obviously you've heard your funniest joke you're ever going to hear in your life.
well, that's too
Well,
bad.
maybe you don't hear it until you're like 67.
What if you never hear it?
Right.
Well, that's
How do you know?
How do you know when you've heard the funniest joke you're ever going to hear? You don't know.
Oh, well, now I'm going to have to hang in there and see if today could be the day.
Now, if you hear a good joke, you're going to have to write it down and remember it. Then the next one say, oh, I don't know which one was
Yeah,
better.
you just have to start crossing them off as you go along. This
Hang
one
on a
was
second.
better.
I'm writing this down. What are you writing down? This is the funniest joke I've ever heard in my life.
Oh, wait a minute. That was last week I heard that.
Well, you ready for a question here, Charlie?
I've got the answer.
What day of the week is the day of the week that has the most workplace murders? Like where somebody comes in and kills coworkers.
Monday.
You're absolutely right. Monday. That's why we do Tuesday with Charlie.
You never know when he's going to snap.
One of these days.
You know, if we did it in person, man, it'd be...
We've done it before. I'm always afraid on the other side of the room. Just reaching over, holding that bleep button just in case. Well, it's always a pleasure to chat with you, Charlie. Thank you so much for taking the time. We'll talk again next week.
I'll be here.
Bye, Daddy.
Bye, Fluff. Bye, John.
Bye-bye. My father-in-law right there. We talk to him every Tuesday just because we can. It's a little program we like to call
Tuesdays with Charlie.
John and Heidi.
Are you looking for senior care for your mom or dad, but don't know where to start? No one knows your loved ones better than you do, and no one knows senior living better than A Place for Mom. They've helped thousands of families find the right place for their loved ones. The Senior Living Advisors at A Place for Mom partner with thousands of families every month, listening and offering local knowledge and advice to help find the best senior living communities across the country. Call 1-800-471-5173. That's 1-800-471-5173.
John and Heidi.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
In seafaring parlance, avast means stop. So I believe all of those fancy words mean if you want to say stop when you're on the water, you say avast.
Just say stop.
I think I'm going to just... Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
It was Leonardo da Vinci who first discovered that a tree's age could be recorded by its rings. That's pretty cool. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The combined wealth of the world's 250 richest people is greater than that of the wealth of the poorest 1.5 billion people.
Okay, that's so stupid because it's also they're considering people that are like tribal that live in the middle of the jungle that
don't use money.
Right. I mean, you can't.
They're just saying.
They're trying to make it sound like the people with money are extremely greedy and they don't deserve their money. I hate those studies. I hate them.
Tell me how you really feel, Heidi.
If you worked hard and you earned your money, then you deserve it. And if not, then if you're living somewhere where you don't have those opportunities, then go about it the right way and move to the land of opportunity and become a citizen and make your way.
There you go.
Like our ancestors
You
did.
heard it from Heidi. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that,
By
John?
the way, you made that one way less fun. Anthropologists know of no human society whose children did not play hide and seek. So hide and seek has been around for as far back as they can possibly look. Everybody plays hide and seek. We're going to play hide and seek. Okay, I'm going to hide right now.
John and Heidi.
This is Richard Lustig, the world's first and only 7-time lottery game grand prize winner. Since I endorsed Lottolicious, I have won something every single draw. They do all the work. You don't have to worry about running to the store to buy your tickets. They take care of all that. So if you're looking for the best way to play the lottery, to give yourself the best chance of winning, go to RadioLottoPool.com and join today. Again, that website is RadioLottoPool.com.
John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Tuesday. Not just any Tuesday. It is Valentine's Day. And maybe you forgot to get your sweetheart a card and you can blame it on your terrible diet. Because if you're having trouble with your memory, maybe you should quit drinking diet soft drinks. Artificial sweeteners can cause you to lose more than weight. They can cause you to lose your memory. Researchers at the Texas Christian University found that consuming aspartame, the sweetener found in many diet soft drinks, can impair your long-term memory. Dr. Timothy Barth, who conducted the study, says it doesn't take much either. Drinking more than 1 or 2 diet sodas daily can make you forget how to do things that you thought had become second nature, like cooking a familiar recipe or remembering where you put your keys. So, I've had a lot of issues where I forget things, but I don't really drink a lot of diet soda. So
I don't drink any diet soda. I don't care for the flavor of stuff.
And there are some people that really prefer that, but it's just never really been my thing, diet, But then again, if you look at me, does it look like any kind of diet?
But you know what? A lot of people who drink diet sodas aren't
I know.
thin.
I understand that, but I'm just saying I'm losing my mind and I can't blame it on diet soda. So what can I blame it on? Come on, researchers, help me out. Dr. Barth, what can I blame it on?
You just
Salt?
need to eat bananas.
I don't
I
know.
read that
Did you read that?
Yeah, it
Where'd
helps
you
with
read
your
that
memory.
or don't you remember?
in a study
Sure you did.
that I read online.
All right, coming up, we're going to talk about relationships. Why? Because it's Valentine's Day.
John and Heidi.
Only 2 in 10 Americans say they're ready for the unthinkable. Are you ready for a natural disaster? What would happen if you were not able to go out to get food for your family during extreme weather? How long would you be okay without power and without access to get more food? Wise Company has the ultimate emergency preparedness pack with enough emergency food kits for a week, or upgrade to be prepared for a month or longer. Call toll-free 888-552-3759. It pays to be prepared. Learn more at radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Take a listen to this. Addiction to computer games can damage relationships.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. I think addictions to anything can damage relationships.
Yeah.
But
We
on
went
this-
to a newlywed game thing
Yeah.
over the weekend for our anniversary. And the couples that were up there were several couples that said that if they could throw anything away of their spouses, it would be their computer because they're always playing games.
Yeah. And this here, take a listen to this story. U.S. computer game addict played a video game in the hospital delivery room as his partner gave birth.
Oh, I would be so furious.
Amanda Erickson says her hubby plays the internet cyber game EverQuest and plays for about 20 hours a day.
Whoa!
And has virtually abandoned their 7-month-old daughter. Ms. Erickson, part of an online community of cyber widows, is what they call themselves, claimed that they've had their relationships ruined by this game. She says that she and her husband have no relationship. She speaks, he grunts. She asks him to do something. She ends up doing it herself.
20 hours a day.
She'd like to go back to work, but she's afraid her daughter would be crying and the hubby would just be playing the game and wouldn't do anything about it. So, yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Kick him to the curb, lady.
Yeah, that's just nuts. I think what you know, on this Valentine's Day, if you've got somebody that's addicted
he clearly
to
doesn't
games,
have a job.
I don't know. I have no idea. Well, unless maybe his job is playing that game.
Oh
I have
my
no
gosh,
clue.
he'd be gone.
Yeah,
there's just no way.
Note to self, John: do not play video games. All right, coming up, we're going to talk about James Bond, kind of, sort of, and his cool new truck. Not quite, but that's on the way.
John and Heidi.
I almost hate to admit this because I'm going to lose man points by saying this, but I'm not a big fan of James Bond.
They're not my favorite.
But
I just don't like action.
Now, for those of you who
type.
love it, it's not that I don't like it. I've just never watched them. I mean, I've never really gotten hooked on
a few
that.
of them.
Because I know me. I'm addicted to stuff, and I'll have to watch the whole darn series.
I mean, once I start watching it, I do enjoy it, but I wouldn't ever say I want to see a James Bond movie.
In every James Bond movie, you always get a cool car with lots of gadgets. Well, up until now, they've always been small sports cars that 007 chases the bad guys with. But how about a truck? This one's not a movie truck. It's owned by the U.S. Army. It's an army of one all on its own. The SMAR truck looks like an ordinary van, but has armored plates and gadgets to confuse the enemy. It can disorient enemies with unusual headlights, has an electrified door handle in case the bad guy tries to steal the truck, and of course, it can blow out a smoke screen to blind the guys that's chasing you. So when you're driving down the road, all of a sudden you push a button and poof, you disappear in a puff of smoke.
So are you saying James Bond is going to be driving this thing in the next
I'm saying
movie?
that this is the kind of vehicle that he could be driving in the future, but it's the Army that's actually driving it.
I don't think he'll be driving a truck.
No. He'll probably keep cruising around in his awesome little Austin
in a tuxedo
Martin or whatever.
Yeah, you can't switch up James Bond.
But you see what I'm talking about. It's got James Bond-like features.
Sure.
So there you go. Coming up, we've got some more fun stuff on the way on the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Do you shop online? Do you like to save money? Save money with Honey. Let me explain. Honey is a really smart tool that's free to use. I'm not really an online shopper. I get as many things locally as possible, but there are some things you can only buy online. So when I heard about Honey, I thought, what the heck? It's free. I'll give it a shot. The very first time I used it was for a domain name. It's usually $12.99. Honey searched the internet and found me a discount code, so I bought it from the same exact website for just 99 cents. So I saved $12. It's absolutely free, so what do you have to lose? Check it out at SaveMoneyWithHoney.com. On this Valentine's Day, your mom might get to say, I told you so, because research on veggies and aging gives moms one more reason to say that. Research found that eating veggies appears to keep your brain young, and it could slow the mental decline that is associated with growing old by eating veggies.
Do French fries count?
Probably not.
They're veggies.
On measures of mental sharpness, older people who ate more than 2 servings of vegetables daily appeared to be about 5 years younger at the end of the 6-year study than those who ate few or no vegetables.
Yeah, we've been saying for a long time we need to really increase our
we
vegetable intake.
Like, we got to have more veggies. I'm like, is this pizza veggie? No? Okay.
Yeah.
So, speaking of eating, what's worse, skipping breakfast or chewing down a donut?
Oh.
Downing the donut.
Is worse than
That's what
skipping?
they say. It says all that sweet stuff is only going to make you hungrier in a couple of hours when your blood sugar crashes. They say, we know that skipping breakfast won't bring on the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse now. They say your body has plenty of stored up fuel that can carry you through lunch. Mike Russell, PhD, says, I even encourage some of my clients to skip a meal every once in a while so they know what it feels like to feel hungry and they can deal with it and not freak out. Think of it as your willpower workout, according to Mike Russell, PhD.
You know, and I think that's a good thing. I like to skip meals once in a while because there are so many times that
we eat just to eat.
It's breakfast, we have to eat.
It's this time.
It's lunch, we have to eat. It's supper, we have to eat. And I'm not even hungry, but I'm eating because it's a certain time of the day.
And because you hang out with me and I eat a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, wow, it's time to eat again. Didn't we just eat? Yeah, that's all right, but it's time to eat again.
So I very rarely eat breakfast, and if I do anymore, it's just an apple. And a lot of times I don't even eat lunch.
Yeah.
So.
Well, not my problem. I have a completely different problem. I eat breakfast. I eat lunch. Maybe have a brunch. All right. Coming up, we've got some good news. That's on the way on the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always try to wrap things up around here with some good news. And I've got two unrelated but related stories that I'm going to stick together here. And I've got both of these shared on our Facebook page, by the way. And I'm not going to try to get preachy with anybody, but they both have to do with religion. So you ready for this?
Sure.
All right. In the early 1980s, Lee Strobel, at the time was an atheist and a legal editor of the Chicago Tribune, decided to investigate the facts surrounding the case for Christianity. Largely, his plan was to discredit the faith after his wife converted. The result was a book called The Case for Christ. Now, The Case for Christ has been turned into a movie.
I believe we have that book,
No.
don't we? Or have we read it?
No. There's a movie coming out April 7th. So
I could have sworn we had this book.
I don't think I've got
and
the
that you've
book.
done an interview with this gentleman.
No, this is somebody different. There's several other books. There's several people who've tried to prove that, it's just a bunch of like a wizard in the sky.
Bunch of fairy tales.
Yeah, but so many times when they go out to prove that it's wrong, they become some of the most devout Christians.
Yeah,
because
they
go,
find all the
"Wow, wait a
facts
minute."
supporting it.
So that's just really cool that this guy back in the 1980s was trying to prove that, this God stuff doesn't really make any sense. And this book, Case for Christ, now has become a movie that's going to be coming out on April 7th.
I know what
I've
it
got a
was.
link
He
to
spoke at our church.
No, different guy.
Huh.
That was Josh McDowell. I know who you're thinking of, but that's a different guy.
Okay.
So now this is the other story that I want to throw in here because we got a moment, and they're kind of linked, although they have nothing to do with each other. The one similarity is that they both happen to have like a religious connotation to them. A young woman narrowly escaped being kidnapped thanks to the help of the friends that she was meeting with at her Bible study that she was attending. So she was almost kidnapped. But
Well, I would hope your friends at Bible study would have your back. If not, it's not a very good group of Christians.
Well, I've got both of those stories on our Facebook page. And like I said, I'm not trying to be preachy. I just thought they were really cool stories. And I thought, I'm going to share those together because I think they kind of go together. All right. If you want to see them, Facebook.com/John and Heidi Show. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great Valentine's Day. Thanks for joining us right here. We hope to see you again tomorrow.